Hey guys, Drew with Because Jitsu. Today we're going to go over one of my favorite sweeps. It's very highly utilized, especially in the gi, is the scissor sweep. And we're going to go over 3 different ways of using it. So the typical way of using it, as well as a variation, which is very powerful, a good what if or plan B, depending on how they react. And then even a way to attack from the scissor sweep, to sort of use it as a ruse and end up with a nice deep submission. So let's get into it. All right, so the scissor sweep is going to start from a closed guard. I want to get a grip on the one side here. Usually spider grip is what I like, right at the cuff. And then the other one is going to come up to the collar right here. Once I've got these grips, my arms are in play, I just need to set up my legs. The next thing I need to do with my legs is I'm going to open my guard, and I'm going to bring a knee in from the opposite side, coming towards where my hand grips are. Now, it's important as I'm setting this up that the shield comes up at an angle and not flat like this, not horizontal, because here I'm allowing my own guard to be crushed. If he pressures down on this, I can't do anything with this guard and he passes me, okay? That's good for him. I always want to have an angle right here, so if he tries to crush it, it's going to be difficult. I'm going to be able to use this push-pull tension with my arms and that shield that's just going to make it hard for him to move this angle without my say-so. So this leg comes in at that angle. Now, importantly, note that this leg here now comes down to trip this leg that I'm going to push him towards or send him towards, but I don't want this on the ground. This is a simple mistake that some people make. They get lazy and put this on the ground, and if I'm not paying attention, or more to the point, if my opponent is, and I try to sweep, he can step over that leg as I go for it, and then I miss the whole sweep. Maybe I get past. But if I'm just resting it right on his knee, it's actually resting on his leg with like a couple inches off the ground. Now, same thing, if I go for the sweep and he tries to hop, it moves with his leg. So I'm always going to trip this leg that I'm trying to trip. Keep that in mind when you set up the second leg. So starting from the beginning, we've got our spider grip, collar grip. We're going to set my angle on this shield. Pushing, pulling. I'm going to get this one right over top of his knee. Now, I don't want to try to scissor him from back here. What I want to do now that everything's in place, both arms and both legs, is I'm going to pull him close to me, at least over top of my center of balance, being my hips, as much as I can, and now scissor when he's light and come up. What's nice is you've got a grip on the sleeve here. You can attack the arms. You've also got a collar grip here where you can start attacking the neck. There's lots of good interplay with submissions after that sweep. So one more time, the whole setup is grip, grip, break, shield in, leg on the knee, pull, sweep, like that. We're just scissoring our legs. You'll feel it's very simple motion once you have them on top of you. They're very light. It doesn't matter how much heavier they are than you, because you've pulled their weight onto you and their legs become super light to kick out. All right, version number 2 of the scissor sweep. We're going to set up everything in the same manner, assuming we're going to get the same scissor sweep that we just showed. We're gripping here, breaking, shield in. I've got this set where I want it, and I come back, but he bases wide now. He feels the scissor coming, and he spreads his weight out. So now if I'm going to try and scissor him, he's just so wide at the base that I'm never going to be able to pull. If you look at his leg here, this angle, I have to pull underneath his body to trip out. It's just too wide. I'm never going to be able to get the leverage to pull that underneath him. So instead of trying to pull this underneath with the scissor, it's never going to work. I'm going to use the same, the levers here that I have in place to extend myself away, and then take this foot and put it on top of his kneecap. And I'm just going to kick my leg straight, which is going to knock his leg backwards and log roll him over into the mount, affording us the same sweep. So again, I start with my grips on the collar sleeve, break, come to my scissor, and he gets really wide on this. I can feel there's no way I'm going to get this scissor sweep in the typical fashion. So one thing I want to note is I'm not just going to bring my leg up, because sometimes you're not very flexible, or they're like really close to you, and you can't bring this leg up to meet the knee. I'm going to extend myself away, which makes it very easy to bring this to the knee right here. You don't need to use flexibility. And now you're going to kick this straight. You just go straight in your own leg, boom. And over he goes. You come up with the same grips here for attacking. And our final use of the scissor sweep is going to be used as an attack. Okay, we're going to go for a triangle choke here, and it kind of depends on what they're doing, but because of the way that they're defending, it's going to afford us this option, which is a very nice way to enter the triangle. Is when I get my grips here, to be able to bring my shield in across him, I have to have space in between his arm and his body. If his elbows are tight here and he's playing a very tight game in the guard, I can't bring this scissor underneath. So what I do instead is I'm going to bring it over top. Okay, I'm just going to bring it the same angle right here, but over top of his bicep. I'm not going to worry about trying to scissor to get this sweep here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this leg and flip it over top of his neck in this direction. When I do that, when I do this pull here, I'm extending his arm into what's going to be a triangle, as well as turning this angle and coming down heavy with the heel. Okay, this is a very tight triangle I'm starting to set up. What I need to do now is I'm going to take this leg, which we would have been using in the scissor, and instead drive it heavily across his shoulder and tricep like this, squishing his shoulder to his neck, coming underneath, getting our triangle connection, pulling the toes up, heels down, and I can just squeeze my legs, and that'll finish the choke. So again, we're starting with our typical grips, but I can't get this scissor underneath to his ribs, so we're going to come over his arm here, extending away, kicking this around. Now I'm going to take this leg, I'm not just going to swing it over and try to hook up a triangle, I'm going to crush in right here to make it really tight, then just squeeze with my legs for the finish. Okay, so there you've got three good options. Your typical scissor sweep, you've got the log roll variation where they're based out wide, where you kick their leg out, and then that last option when you can't get the scissor in, you're going to come over the arm and set up a really nice tight triangle. So this will really get you a lot of good luck in tournament, as well as just practicing it in the gym. I hope it works as well for you as it does for me. And if you've got any questions, drop in the comment section. Make sure to subscribe to see the next videos, and we'll see you there.